All over the world, if you've gone to many of the countries in the world where they have better infrastructure, they have been able to harness resources from their local investors to invest in the road and then put in place a tolling policy. I know, Honorable Sholay asked the question of expressway, and I want to use that as an example. By the way, Mr. Speaker, it is my strong belief, and having consulted widely, that tolling is not an extra charge. It's a saving. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the expressway alone, you will find that, Mr. Speaker, it takes a shorter time for you to move for 27 kilometers from one end to the other, meaning, therefore, that you've saved time. Time that sometimes would be 3 hours. So if you are earning money, for example, us who are here, maybe $1 million a month, and you subdivide it to the time that you, to the hour, every hour, you will realize that the cost of staying at Mombasa Road for 3 hours will come to a certain figure. And that is a saving in the first place when it's reduced to about 20 minutes. But, Mr. Speaker, also, most importantly, you save on fuel. Mr. Speaker, you save a lot on fuel. Now, this should be our policy. And I think this is the proposal I'm going to make if I am approved by this House. We should be able to take our roads, and let me speak now to all of them so that no one would need to answer the other places. We should be able to identify our high-density roads and then put in place a tolling policy with a fee that is charged that is commensurate, Mr. Speaker, to the saving that the motorist will get. Now, if you say the road from Mombasa to Nairobi to Malaba, I propose that we dual the road, we attract investors, and of first priority should be local investors. Local investors means our pension fund, our banks, Mr. Speaker, and our, Mr. Speaker, Kenyans who want to invest of whatever nature, including it to reach a stage where perhaps the Kenya National Highway is listed in the stock exchange so that every Kenyan has a share of that investment that has been put on the road. If that is done, Mr. Speaker, we will be able to save time, we will be able to do better roads. Let me give you the last example. If today you are going to Rongai in the outskirts of Nairobi, at the peak hour, at about 4 p.m., it will take you about 3 hours to go to Rongai. By the time you are reaching Kiseria, it's 3.5 hours. By the time, Mr. Speaker, you reach there and you are a parent, CBC is waiting for you, Mr. Speaker. You have had road rage on the way, quarreling with people, matatus are jumping on pavements. You've lost 3 hours. You've lost, Mr. Speaker, fuel that perhaps if quantified will be about 500 shillings, let's to say the least. We are telling you, calculate the time that we are saving for you, calculate the resources that you are going to spend on fuel, let us dual the road, let's toll it. Instead of paying 500, which you are wasting on the fuel, we will save for you, you pay about 200 shillings. Then the other is a saving. So the message I should go to Kenyans is that tolling, dualing and tolling roads is not an extra charge. It's a saving. For as long as, for every road that is tolled, the person in charge of the road must guarantee that the movement of persons shall be within a given period of time. So that then if the road becomes busy, like Thika Road, you can either expand or put in place traffic management that will ensure that people move faster.